Of Tuesday, February 9th, and just want to say that Margaret Dalton was a great member of our community, and you know, like they said, when she had nothing, she was out there helping people and supporting them. So congratulations to Jackson Rancheria. First up on our agenda today on Board of Supervisors, we had Central Sierra Connect presentation. Michelle Shelton came in. She is the project manager. Spoke about this. This is an in-mile broadband project. Our second agenda item today will be a middle-mile project that I'll talk about. Both of these are associated, though, just by broadband. Other than that, there's no connection except for when that final connection is made. But on this project, Michelle Shelton said they have about $7 million in grants to 5 counties. She said about 100 jobs or more will be created through this process because you have all of these companies that do internet that are going to benefit from this project. So all of those jobs will go out because more people in the community will be getting internet in those 5 counties, about 167,000 residents right now, and 40% have no broadband coverage. Of that, 67% are willing to pay about $30 or more a month to get that broadband coverage. So we had a long presentation. Some of the other things that came up, conclusions, lessons learned, a couple of them. There are multiple build-out barriers that they're trying to overcome. There's difficulty aggregating that demand, and that means they have to go out and do multiple surveys. They have to get as many people as they can to say if they're getting internet now, if they don't have broadband, do they want it? The lack of investment, too. We have a lot of money that needs to be spent on broadband and the infrastructure, and it's expensive. So the point is, if you need to get broadband, if you want broadband, they need you to tell them about that. Go to centralsierraconnect.org. You can actually go on there and pinpoint your location, and that tells them that maybe there's an area missing out there that has no broadband coverage at the present time. Our second agenda item, we had Howard Stolman from the Calaveras County Chief Information Officer's Office, and Mr. Stolman came to Central Sierra Planning Agency last week and talked about this with the supervisors and members of the agency. Larry Busby will be leading this project, but it's a middle-mile broadband project. It's in the range of $30 million. They're going out for our stimulus funds as well. You'll have your local providers involved here, Calaveras Telephone Company, Golden State Cellular, Volcano Telephone, and Sierra Telephone. All of those entities are partnering with schools, with the county, with government out there to try and make this thing work. The middle mile is the stretch where you actually come from Stockton or the metro area up to our rural area. As Frank Lisinski said from Volcano Telephone, this is the fiber middle mile. So this is where they string fiber all the way up. And then when they get to a certain point where fiber won't work anymore, then they'll go from dish to dish. But we hope that we are part of that connectivity. Right now it's only Alpine County and Calaveras County. The project has asked Amador and Tuolumne to participate. Our board did agree at the end to participate in this project, but we want them to work with some of our other providers. Ben Hewlett sent a representative, Eric Shipman, who was a consultant for him. Ben Hewlett owns Motherlode Internet and Gold Rush Internet. We would like to see them involved in this too. They've already applied for our stimulus funds. There's no reason about us fighting about this project. Everybody's going to make money in the end. We might as well partner and do what's best for the consumer out there, try to do it the cheapest way, and use those stimulus funds all in one group. They've already had one meeting in this, and we expect more to come, and we ask for a report from Mr. Stolman so the two groups can get together and use the money constructively. Neil Peacock from Transportation Commission was in, and the board decided on a stakeholder for us to be our representative. Susan Grijalvo, the county planner, will be that person. We felt, 3 members of the board felt she had the most knowledge on the project. 2 members of the board wanted to utilize planning commission members. So anyway, 3-2, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But in the end, we all try to get together and agree about these things. Board went through a Williamson Act boundary line adjustment, not too much fanfare there, other than we did talk about Williamson Act and the process again in the budget, where it's a chip in the budget process, with the governor saying he will only fund $1,000 of the Williamson Act in the budget. River Pines Utility District, this was something that you don't see very often, but we did appoint 2 members to the board. And because they only have 1 member now, it's a 5-member board. The Board of Supervisors is charged with filling up that board at least to a quorum. After we appointed 2, one of the members came back and after questioning and said he would withdraw his name because he works for a company that does testing. Under advice from our council, he withdrew. We appointed another person. That person went to get sworn in, and there were some issues there. They came back and wanted another person appointed, which we did. And I think they're up to 3 now, and they'll have to appoint the remainder. We did have a couple remaining items. The biggest, Gold Country Pet Resorts down on Highway 88 and 104, issue there about signage. Essentially, the first phase of the project was already approved by the Planning Commission. The board did approve 2 signs there with a variance because of extenuating circumstances, and we gave those reasons. 223-6470 if you want to call the board office. Supervisor Richard Forster, and I'll talk to you again in 2 weeks.